When we're working with organizations in leadership development, one of the most frequent questions we're asked is, how can we help people improve the quality of their conversations? Whether that's in one-to-one or in group meetings. One of the things we use is what we call the authentic conversation model, and I thought it'd be useful to share it with you and how you might use it. Now, as I go through the model, just bring to mind a recent meeting that you've been in, and let's have a look at the model. So the vertical axis is all about others. Now, if you're good at focusing your attention on others, then it's likely that you're going to come across as very encouraging. If you're not, then you may end up coming across as discouraging or maybe even ignoring others. The horizontal axis is all about you and how well you express yourself. Now, if you're good at expressing your own views and actually stating what you want, then it's likely that you're going to be good at directing. If you're not, then you may end up coming across as avoiding or maybe being passive. Now, if you mix these two axes together, you get some quite interesting dynamics. Now, you'll know the kind of meeting where everyone's so polite to each other, but nobody's really saying what's really going on. That's the top left. The bottom left is when people simply switch off, or they probably spend most of their time on their mobile, but people have just lost interest or connection to what's being said. The bottom right's pretty different. This is where there's lively conversation. Everyone's expressing their own views and opinions. The difficulty is everyone usually thinks that they're right and others are wrong. And so it can soon end up in difficult arguments with little listening and often a lot of undermining. The most effective meetings create a blend of straight talking and a genuine desire to understand each other through good listening and lots of good quality questions. Now, this mix creates what's sometimes called productive conflict. This is where people move towards differences and explore them rather than undermining each other or running away from them. Now, how quickly you spot the dynamics in meetings really determines how effectively you can actually address them. The more aware you are of your own and others' behavior, the easier it will be for you to spot these dynamics. It helps if you take a closer look at yourself, your values and beliefs, and your own mindset so that you get to know what triggers different reactions in you. So if that's the model, then how can you use it? Well, first of all, I'd recommend that you talk through the model at the start of your meeting. And then secondly, stop the meeting halfway through and ask people to just have a quick chat with the person beside them about how the meeting's going using the model and what they think needs to change. And then finally, get an agreement to doing this at the start of your meeting and then do it. Now, I think you'd be surprised at actually the difference this can make and how quickly it can shift the quality of your meetings.